everybody, it's Sierra B. I'm here outside my house getting ready to catch an Uber to my flight to DC for NewsroomU. Stay tuned. I hope you enjoy my trip as much as I'm planning to. Hotel, the River Inn. It's a really beautiful so far. I'm really excited, everybody. This is my hotel room. It's really nice. It's really big.
Look at the view. Go over here. We got a kitchen. Nice TV. This is the front again. The bathroom. This is our...
Are you sleeping? This is my roommate for the weekend. We're about to head downstairs for the first night. Repping my school with my Medill notebook. Got the pearls. Wearing kapow. Alright, we're gonna be late, so we're gonna leave now. Day 2. It's 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, about to be.
Too early.
We getting ready.
These socks in my hands.
This is for my YouTube channel.
Hey. I was like, no, we're decent.
So day 2 is already started. We forgot our laptops, so we're going back to the hotel. But it's okay because it's a very scenic route. Beautiful houses. Okay, so I'm here at the George Washington University School of Media and Public Affairs for NewsroomU. We're all gathering in the lobby so that we can head to the White House. Day 3, we're headed back to the George Washington School of Media and Public Affairs. You can see DC behind me, or rather George Washington University. Really beautiful place today. It's really beautiful, especially because it's not raining. No umbrella over my head. Today is Howard's commencement, and President Obama will be giving said commencement, so it's a pretty big deal. A lot of folks are heading that way. I have to come up with another story to get some interviews for. My first story, which is, I don't know if I've told y'all, the first story is about millennial entrepreneurship and startup culture. It's going really, really well. So I just gotta open up and close this last story, drop the bomb real quick, and that's it. Today I'm wearing Tool by ColourPop, the liquid matte. I got this green thing from Forever 21. Actually, the last time I was in DC, so
Okay,
let's go. Okay, I'm jaywalking, so I shouldn't be on the phone at the same time. Bye. So we're about to board the train. It's not that much different from the CTA, to be honest. But they have a silver line. Most of the line colors are actually the same, except for they have a silver line. Do y'all have a purple line?
No, I don't think.
So we're at Metro Station. Is that right? Metro Station?
Yeah.
We're at Metro Station.
Well, Metro Center.
Metro Center. About to catch a train to DuPont Circle to report on a story, but also it's going to be a really cool event or international, cultural type thing. So I'm really excited. So basically all the U.S. embassies have opened their doors, not all, but almost all, for kind of like a cultural exchange day. So I'm here at free comic book day. I didn't even know this was a thing until I like walked past it. Oh my gosh! This is lit. It's day 4. It's day 4.
Day 4.
We're about to go to NBC Studios to see Meet the Press and Chuck Todd. So I'm here at the Green Festival Expo. It's basically a sustainability festival or expo, more of an expo than it is a festival. It's America's longest and largest sustainability and green living expo. So it's really huge. There were some really great exhibits. There were some really great people selling wonderful things. Got some great freebies that I will be reviewing for skin, hair, and sustainability purposes. Petty. I had a lot of fun. Hey everybody, so today is my last day here in Washington, D.C. So I just wanted to give a little recap on my weekend. All of my roommates are gone. I'll be leaving. My flight will be heading back to Chicago in a couple of hours. I was here for a program called NewsroomU. NewsroomU is basically a press reporting conference type of weekend, like a reporting summit, basically. Like a reporting summit for college journalists. There were 2 high school journalists, but mostly college journalists to come and report on issues that we felt millennials cared about, some issues that we felt were important to millennials. And we are also millennials. So it's kind of like, what do we see our communities needing to be, discussed and all that type of stuff. And where better to do so than the nation's capital. So as you can probably see through the footage, I've done a lot of stuff. I've gone a lot of places. We did a lot of stuff. We were moving every day. Every morning I was up at like 7 to get downstairs at 8 and be out. It was like hustling. And actually my school paid for me to be here. So shout out to Northwestern Career Advancement, because without that, like, I wouldn't have had a flight. I wouldn't have been able to pay for Ubers or cabs or anything like that. So I'm really thankful for that. I just realized that I'm really repping Northwestern hard today, so I guess go Cats. So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and get started with my experience. I'm gonna go in the order of pros and cons. All right. First pro is this conference really made me hustle. Like, it really showed me the amount of work that I am willing to put in and the results that I can create. I can make some results, baby. Like, we had to come and everyone was you were supposed to do at least 2 stories within this weekend by today at 10 a.m. and it's 11 a.m. right now. So, the deadline was basically an hour ago for 2 stories. And I'm going to be honest, some people came to DC with their sources and their interviews already lined up, which was smart. I had nothing lined up. Nothing. So I definitely was actually pretty worried. I was pretty intimidated. But if you know me, you know that intimidation for me does not last long. I'm gonna go ahead and just be like, you know what? We're gonna make this happen. So that's basically what I did, and I really amazed myself. Another pro is that, honestly, okay, so let me preface this with saying, I don't always stand for Northwestern, but honestly, coming here really made me appreciate Northwestern. Maybe not specifically as an institution, but more so the experiences that I have gained because of being there. Like the people that I've met. Sometimes the people in the communities at school, we talk about like, we wish our communities were better. We wish our communities of color were better. But honestly, I came here and I'm like, honestly, we have it pretty good. That doesn't mean we don't continue to hold people accountable, because we do. But the conversations that I have with my peers at Northwestern about, breaking down systems and institutions that kind of marginalize different communities, and like just stuff like that, like moving forward and holding each other accountable and not being afraid to call somebody out who you love and adore for their growth, and just that kind of exchange. I appreciate that so much. The pro, I love DC. I love DC so much, and I got to explore it. The last time I was in DC, I was only here for 2.5 days. And it was like really busy every day. I didn't get to really go around and just explore, you know what I'm saying? This time I went to the embassy of Indonesia. I went to different parts of town. I went to DuPont Circle. I was all around. Like, I was in DC and around DC, and I loved it. Oh, networking with others was also pretty cool. There were like 35 of us that came to the conference. That came to NewsroomU. I don't really know what we're gonna call it. It was the inaugural class. That's why it was a big deal like this. We're the first ever to kind of start this program off. Anyways, I liked networking with the people, meeting and talking to folks. It's really cool to see people's stories. As a storyteller, as a journalist, I'm always really interested in people's stories. Where do you come from? Why do you do this? What makes you wake up in the morning? Now I'm gonna talk about the cons. I'll just go ahead and start saying them. Okay, so the first con, so you mentioned, I said earlier, one of my pros was that this summit, conference, convention, whatever, made me appreciate Northwestern and people and resources at Northwestern, because some of the people here were just really problematic. And sometimes you're like, oh, just let it pass, I don't really know this person. But at what point do you hold people accountable? Like, especially as journalists, some racist, some sexist, some queerphobic ideologies and comments, those are not okay. And there were quite a few of those that made me feel really uncomfortable throughout the weekend. So that was just really sad, because there were times where, we were doing really great stuff, but it was just really ruined by people's really problematic comments and actions. And it was just like, now I want to leave. So that was the first con. There was also a lot of respectability politics, which I've never been here for those, like, because you would have the type of people who would be like, go Howard graduates, oh my gosh, shout out to the Black excellency at Howard graduating, which is dope. But these same people would like turn around and judge the poor person on the metro, which is the subway train. That's not cool. That's not cool. You can't pick and choose what kind of Black excellency you're going to acknowledge, or what kind of Blackness you're going to call excellency. To me, I just don't think that's right. Another con was the food. So I said earlier that I had some great food, but that was more so on my own part. I really do think that the meal planning could have been better. Breakfast, honestly, never was really breakfast. It would be like a muffin, a granola bar, and some orange juice. And mind you, these days were real journalism days. Like, we were up at 8, didn't get in until like 11, 12, maybe working on stories till 11, 12, because these are 2 stories we have to do in basically 3 days. That's a lot. Okay, this might actually be my biggest con. is, so, well, okay, we were supposed to go to the White House, right? We didn't actually go inside the White House. We went inside the, like, executive building, which is, like, next door to the White House and kind of, like, attached. But it's not, like, you wouldn't say it was, like, in the White House. Well, I wouldn't say so. But anyways, that's not the con. The con is that, so we had a press briefing with the press secretary of the White House. His name is Josh Earnest. And we were supposed to go and basically ask him questions, and he would answer them, obviously, about different issues that we were reporting on for our stories. So, you know, a lot of them were current events. One of the current events questions was about Flint. And if you don't know, I am from Michigan. Someone asked him a question about Flint and was just like, you know, how does a president expect to kind of gain the trust of these communities now that they've been poisoned? And how are we going to fix it? Because the water is still poisoned. And, I mean, Josh Earnest, he basically replied in the most victim-blaming way that I have heard anyone refer to. He was just saying, like, oh, you know, we're trying, it can't be fixed overnight. Okay, like, I understand it can't be fixed overnight, but you do have to realize that people have died because of this. People's lives, even if they did not die, their lives are forever affected by this. There are people who have skin conditions, who have, like, health conditions that they will never get rid of because of this. It's not going to get fixed overnight, yes. But we could probably make sure that it's not, like, this crisis, I don't know if y'all have, like, been keeping up, but it's been going on for more than, like, 2 years. It started, like, 2014. So, and it's only been in the media for maybe, you know, 6 months. But the government has known, you know, Michigan government at the very least has known. Can we hold the Michigan government to get this fixed so that people's lives aren't at stake? You can't, like, yes, water bottles help, but, like, you can't wash your cabbage efficiently with a water bottle. Or with, like, 5 water bottles. It's also just wasteful. You know, what are you doing with all those plastic bottles now afterwards? Exactly. So, and then he was just, oh my gosh, and the next thing he said, he was just like, there's also better diets that the residents of Flint can have to kind of counteract the effects of lead. So he said if you eat more fruits and you eat more vegetables, then those have, like, antibiotics that will counteract lead and will make the effect of lead in the blood less powerful. And so he was basically saying, like, oh, y'all people in Flint, you're eating all these burgers, you're not eating good enough, that's why you're sick. No. They're sick because their government poisoned them. Like, clearly, I'm not even able to speak in full sentences right now because it made me so angry. I just really expected him to give a plan on how this was going to be fixed. And he spent the whole time basically saying, like, basically asking us not to blame the government and to say that, oh, the residents could be doing more. That's really all I had to say about the conference, summit, convention, or whatever, about NewsroomU. Yeah, I'm also going to be living in New York this summer thanks to wonderful, wonderful people. So definitely tune in for my vlogging experiences then in the NYCSI. Okay, bye.